Thank you for watching 13 is now 5. I'm Dana Smith.
I'm Janet Roach. Parts of Hampton Roads are also seeing impacts of the storm, especially the coastal areas.
Brianna Fallon is live in Virginia Beach near the Lynn Haven Inlet. So, Brianna, what are you seeing out there?
So I'm on Wake Forest Street, where the entire road right down here towards the end is just completely engulfed in water. Earlier, it was about up to my ankles, but now you can see it's totally surpassed that. And, you know, it gets even deeper further down the road, especially in some divots. But you can see further down this road, some of the houses on the corner, their driveways, their lawns, they're just completely washed away. But some neighbors that I spoke with say that they're not new to flooding like this. In fact, they say they see flooding like this about 2 to 3 times a year. Deep puddles and flooded driveways show what a significant tide can do to Wake Forest Street.
And this is a perfect storm. We've had 2 hurricanes, the winds are high, so it pushes the water up the creek.
Patricia Reed says the neighborhood gets significant flooding 2 to 3 times a year. Higher tides and heavy downpours typically the culprit.
It's worth it living at the beach, you know.
Tonight, storms churning up waves off the coast leave the Lynn Haven Inlet and surrounding neighborhoods like Reed's at risk of coastal flooding. But Reed thinks any flooding on her road today will just be an inconvenience.
We don't have property damage. This is just the nuisance stuff.
If major flooding were to happen by Reed's house, she does have a plan of action. Moving her car up the street away from flood-prone areas and leaving sandbags around the house to block water from getting inside. But luckily for Reed, she thinks her steep driveway will be enough to keep the salt water away from her house tonight.
Maybe we'll get a foot at the most in the water, which sounds terrible, but actually when it maybe a third of the way up the driveway.
And again, just take another look at the road here. It is just completely washed away with water. Some driveways like Reed's that actually do have a little bit more height to them do have water climbing up the driveway, but not quite touching her house. Live in Virginia Beach, Brianna Fallon, 13 News Now.
All right, Brianna, thank you. Now, if you see a flooded roadway, it's important to remember to never drive through it. Instead, turn around and find a different route.